Alright, so we all know that EV is going to be a thing of the future. We're heading towards electric vehicles. That is inevitable. We all know that, and we're looking for the next big EV stock, or we're investing in established EV companies like Tesla. And with the recent presidency, and also it looks like the Senate might turn blue, the chances of something being passed from the federal level that will help support and grow the EV movement is likely, in my personal opinion. And with that lies the potential for the federal government to have grants, to have money, to have ways to try to fuel this growth in electrifying the nation. And what if I told you that if you connect the dots here, it looks very likely that a lot of this money could potentially go to certain companies? Would you be more likely to invest in these companies, or would you give them a better look? Because in my personal opinion, these companies are not being looked at enough. They are undervalued, and there is potential here. While the rest of the market might not think so today, if this news does happen, then they might be thinking so tomorrow. And that is why on this video, I want to go over an article. I want to open your eyes to this possibility so that you are aware of this possibility, and that way that you might be able to act appropriately. I at least want to introduce you to this topic so that you can think for it for yourself, do your own research, and then act however you want to act. So with that being said, before we dive into this news, please consider hitting that subscribe button, ringing that bell, and smashing that like button. And also please be aware that there is a Patreon for this page. You get access to a Discord server of around 200 members, and you also get to follow the portfolio in real time because I post whenever I open or close a position. So let's get into it. Moneymakers and future millionaires. There was a Politico article stating that Biden is set to supercharge clean energy with $40 billion stash. The Department of Energy is poised to play an essential role as the Biden administration looks to leverage clean energy investments. Remember that it's the Department of Energy that's going to play a key role here, because we're going to circle back on this. Now, in this article, it is stated that Biden, who oversaw the Obama administration's stimulus work as vice president, unknowingly left himself a down payment for the work ahead. $40 billion in unused Energy Department loan authority awarded under the 2009 stimulus. That pot of money could offer a way to kickstart his climate and infrastructure plan at a time when a narrowly divided Congress may balk at his call to spend $2 trillion over 4 years. And it's important to know that it's going to be coming from the Department of Energy. Now, the recent nomination from the Biden administration was former Michigan, keyword here is Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm, for Energy Secretary. And this could be a strong hint for investors that Biden's clean energy push could be focused on Detroit. Granholm previously helped coordinate and oversee federal bailouts of the Michigan auto industry during the 2009 financial crisis. So if we connect the dots here, there's a compelling argument that the money is going to go to legacy car makers in Detroit, and that means Ford and General Motors. The dots are, there's $40 billion, there could be more. The Department of Energy is being run by a person, a political figure from Michigan. When Biden was vice president under the Obama administration, they bailed out these companies in Detroit. And we also know that these companies in Detroit, Ford and General Motors, these are big companies. They have a lot of power in Washington, D.C. with their lobbyists, and they've had many talks before with Biden. So with all of this stuff together, there is a possibility that people are overlooking Ford and General Motors as EV plays, and these companies could see a boost from the federal government. Now, back in September 2009, the government backed a $5.9 billion loan to Ford for advanced vehicle manufacturing projects. A loan, the author suggests, could serve as the framework for additional clean energy policy measures in 2021 and beyond. And he sums up this article by saying that the extent to which Biden will be able to achieve his clean energy policy goals in the next 2 years will have a lot to do with whether or not Democrats can pull off a Senate upset in Georgia on Tuesday. And that outcome is looking more likely now. So we could see something pass that's going to help the EV markets. Now, if we look at the returns for GM and Ford over the last 6 months and compare them to Tesla, we can see that these stocks have not performed at anywhere near the same level. Tesla is up 176% over the last 6 months, GM is up 72%, and Ford is up 45%. If you take a look at the last year, it's even worse. Tesla is up 700%. GM, 18%. I can't even see Ford. I think it's around 10%. So these companies have severely lagged in returns when you compare them to Tesla. However, there is a compelling argument that these companies are being overlooked, they are undervalued, they have future prospects in the EV markets, and they could be seeing money coming from the government, which would help fuel that growth and make them better companies in this market, and potentially that can trickle down to the share price and you could get a nice return from these companies. Now, just so you guys know, I did open up a position in Ford. I am an investor in Ford. I have swing trades in NIO, but I like to play these situations where people are not in them yet. There's catalysts. I definitely think there's catalysts here for both of the companies, Ford and GM. I think both are solid plays actually, and they might be good long-term investments. For Ford, the reason why I got into that company is because I think they're going to be reinstating their dividend soon. They are focusing on vehicles that are making the money. They got rid of the vehicles that were not making the money. So they're really focused on just making money. They have the Mustang coming out that's electric. They have the F-150, which is the most popular pickup truck, and it is the most sold vehicle in the United States for like the last 10 years. That's going electric. There's a lot of things that I like with this company right now. There's new ownership as well, and he seems like a pretty bright guy who is focused on the future for the company, and that's what I like to see as an investor. So I think that both of these companies are overlooked, and it might be an interesting and compelling long-term investment, and then play on EV where people are not looking, and I think they should be. So with all that being said, guys, that wraps it up for this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan to invest in either one of those companies, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and smash that like button. Also, do not forget about the Patreon page, and there are also links to a Facebook group and promotional links to Webull and Robinhood down below. You get free stocks, I get free stocks. It really helps out the channel. But you know the deal. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. And this is We Are Investing. And together we are invincible. See ya!